Lama Tumba Jumdende de Jin Jaba Rajumba Yang Daban Zore Zanje Riba Jagoda Dava Jaba Jide Jamba Jivo Dive Guru Adamin Nye Tomba Zangye Jumdende Shaja Dola Java Jodo Javo Jivo Lama Dhamma Jumden de Jin Jaban Jamba Yang Daban Zore Jalo Dhamma Dava Java Jidin Jamba Jivan De Adam Inanje Dhamma Sanje Jumden De Raja Dala Jada Java Jivo Lama Dhamma Jumden Shavanda Jamba Yang Daban Zore Zanje Ribada Jazoda Java Jede Jamba Jiva De Rolunjua Adaminanje Damba Zanje Jundende Sakandala Java Jaza Jaza Jiva Kanje Ganya Zo Jedam Zeza Jandela Gomba Dimbo Jezon De Geva Jala Jas Mandagama Judo Zunzawa Eze Seja Lomboda Dava Jede Zunalame Ombo Junin Jala Jalan Dava Junin Davej Dava Jala Jazala Kila Zava Zama Jeneme Jejen Jala Jaza Jejedam Badam Jejeme Damba Vosuma Yendin Jaza Jala Jazala Davinda Jajava Jejene Nezole Jije Dena Jije Bajije Jala Jaza Jala Jala Vadala Radone Jidama Do not commit any unwholesome action and engage in the perfect wholesome action and subdue one's mind, and this is the teaching of the Buddha. So, so this in I didn't get to go through the verses this 8 things commented on what Buddha mentioned at the end of the Vajrakata Sutta. So I got stuck with the emptiness and the other days. So we do going through the 8 meditations. Then I want the few quotations tonight, and then then start with that quotations of emptiness and what the Buddha said, what Nagarjuna said, what the other Pandits said. So look at all the phenomena. Cause the phenomena. The Jechanam Tadarta. Look at all the causal phenomena like that. So example like star, karma, rubber, shimmering, then battling illusion, water drop, like water drop, water dew. So, like water bubble, like milam, like dream, water, like lightning, jindao, like light, like the clouds. So, look at the phenomena, causes phenomena, and particularly your life. Causes the general causes of phenomena, but particularly your life, one's own life. The object of attachment, of course the I, and object of particular object who is or what are the object of attachment, and what are the object of anger, and the three personal mind, and so forth. So then using this meditation on that, yourself in action, objects, and eliminate the root of samsara, root of your samsara, the wrong concept, ignorance, wrong concept, holding the I as truly existent while it's not. While it's empty, existing from its own side. Eliminating the root of samsara, root of all your sufferings. Then the eliminating three personal mind, attachment, anger, and so forth, by meditating the natural impermanence. The nature of the causative phenomena, that one is the ultimate nature. Then now the conventional nature, impermanence. That like bottle and that depends on many cause conditions. A person making material, the dependent arising. Use the example. Your life, the object of attachment, or specific object of attachment, your anger, and just all our delusions. So the opposite to what appears, what our mind believes, what appears wrong way, and what we believe that wrong concept, what is impermanent, and we believe appear permanent, believe permanent, or existing alone without depending cause condition, existing alone with its own, without dependent parties, existing its own freedom, with its own freedom, while not. It exists but depends on the parts. Then existing the causative phenomena, so the existing this self-sufficient, rangja tuve zayod tuva, self-sufficient, and so like I existing without dependent aggregate, king existing without dependent population, stop out. You see, existence, self-sufficient, without dependent population. Aggregates without dependent, I existing without dependent aggregates. Also things like that. Self-sufficient, existing, self-sufficient. Though because the phenomena is empty of that, so they're like bottle and they depend on many cause conditions it exists. So they use the example. Then the shimmering, shimmering the appearance of true existence from inside, exists by sound. That even though it exists the mere name, but it exists from, there's something from inside. It goes very subtle, and then there's something existing from inside. Or there's that's not good, like shimmering. So the rabri. Sorry. Rabri. So defected vision. Rabri. Defected vision. Not shimmering. Sorry. Defective vision. So appearance, having appearance is the hallucination, the defective vision. So we have defective vision. Defective vision. Stop the whole thing. While you're looking at me, defective vision. Lama Zopa exists from his side. And when I look at you, you exist from your side, and look at the house, Gomba exists from side. Look at the altar, all the statues, existing from its side, appear. We have appearance all like that, hallucination. Not appearing, existing in man's name, but opposite to that, existing from its side, hallucination. The defective vision. So action of the whole phenomena, like we're dreaming, like we're dreaming. We are in the we are. So you hear me talking from his own side. I see you. I see you. When I look at you, I see you exist from your side. So everything. So when you're writing the paper from his own side, not paper from your mind, middle level. No, paper from his own side, not middle level but the mind, and pen from his own side, not middle level but mind. So the rabri is all the defective vision, hallucination. So everything like that. So we have living in the life, living in the hallucination. So like that, totally. The rabri, defective vision. Mameta, Juma, then illusion. Then things appear as illusion. So I sometimes I give this example to meditate in our daily life. One of the effective meditation to opponent, to remedy to the wrong this root of samsara, root of all our suffering, the ignorance, the denze maripa, the holding ignorance, holding the true existence. So that and so forth. So remedy that, to eliminate that meditation, the emptiness, the illusion, so the ignorance, ignorance, holding the things as true existent, so then left negative imprint on the mind. Oh, then so I said the ignorance is like magician person. The magician person. The negative imprint left on mind, as a magician person use a mantra or any substance to hallucinate people. And so now, constantly from this morning and tonight, from birth to the death, from beginningless birth to the death, you see. Every second, constantly mind, merely input everything, make up everything, merely input everything. So like that's reality. So then you see, this negative imprint, like the substance that magician person use, a mantra or whatever, so that hallucinates, so that hallucinate the hallucinate people's senses. So that brings hallucination to you. The negative imprint, like the magician person substances, then hallucinate you, your senses. And they hallucinate you, and so everything what your mind merely input, next thing, everything to appear from their own side, existing from their own side, which is not existing. Everything, action, object, everything, hell, enlargement, samsara, nirvana, happiness, problem, everything exists from their own side. So next second is makes to appear this illusion. So I use magician person, the ignorance magician person use the negative imprint, like the substances what the magician person use. Then magician person hallucinate the people watching these senses. So the imprint left by ignorance hallucinate your senses. Hallucinate your mind, and then makes everything to see real from its side. Even though everything is mere level of your mind, reality, every second, everything, but not aware, not realize, not aware. So forget it. So not aware. So bring decorate the negative decorates. After the mind merely then decorates illusion. Therefore, the things exist from their own side. Middle, not opposite to middle level. Things existing from their own side. So real one, truly exists. So everything, I, action, object, everything that, as I mentioned before, total matter false. Whole thing matter false. Total false. Illusion. So so a magician person use substances to illusion people. So here, the English negative imprint brought illusions for your mind, brought projected illusion on the middle level, on the phenomena, middle level by your mind. Oh, that's what it is. All the time, constantly. So in the illusion we started, we gathered in the shower, and you are listening. I'm talking. So that whatever we did today is all in the illusion. This life, life from beginning to birth. So decorated, the projected, decorated on the mere invitation by your mind. Next thing is this decoration or projection, real. Real means from its own side. Real is the word that we use in daily life by common people. But in the philosophy, existing from its side, existing by its nature, or truly existent. Dhamma truva, rangan truva, rangasinju truva, individual. The philosopher term. So I say one of the meditation, mindfulness meditation, everyday life. One of the examples is ignorance as a magician person, and the substance, the imprint as a mantra or substance what he uses. And then it brings a kind of hallucination. It hallucinates the people's senses. We were watching, and hallucinate them. So similar here, ignorance, putting negative imprint on the mind, and then project hallucination, illusion, hallucination, illusion, project or decorate, like that. So, so that's mindfulness meditation. Like that 1 day, or you can do 1 week or whatever, or even while you are, as I mentioned, while you are making pilgrimage, or you are practicing this mindfulness, or the scenery, or the, as I mentioned yesterday, either staying at home or going outside, however, you use that for meditation, more like this. Like the magician person, they created the hallucination, like the here, the ignorance, and then create the illusion to you, like this, the whole your life. So recognizing, instead of believing true, recognizing the illusion, that's this way. You meditating the false, truth, false, like that. Not thinking false, truth. Otherwise, we live normally. The sentient beings normally live believing the false as truth, and then all the suffering. Then from that wrong concept, ignorance, all the oceans of samsara suffering, oceans of human being problem suffering, all global and country and the society, individual, everything comes from that. So like that. Water dew. The water dew. As they showed impermanence. Water dew there, but there, then it can be stopped. Water dew drops, sinks in the earth, or it sinks, it stops there on the plant. Water dew any minute, any time. So all the causes of phenomena, your life, all the causes of phenomena, everything like that. Anytime can be stopped. Not only ceasing the changing by cause condition, become old, changing by cause condition every second, every minute, and not beside that, can be stopped anytime. Like the water dew there on the plant can be stored anytime, all like that. All the rest of them are like that, including your life. That's one effect of meditation. To achieve liberation and then with the Buddha to achieve enlightenment. Then I wanted to come and remember the Dharma true down. And then like water bubble. The cause of the phenomena is like water bubble, looking very nice. Water bubble, they're looking very nice, something attractive, motivation, related to attachment. But it doesn't last. It can be popped any time, the water bubble. It can be explained object as object attachment, but attraction can be popped any time. So like that, all the causes can happen, some can go away, can be solved at the time. So like that. People in the world, people in the world totally mind is only thinking this life, not analyzing next life. Only think this life. It's like not thinking tomorrow, only thinking today. Life, only concentrate, only thinking today is happiness. Never thinking tomorrow, next year, never thinking of that. only thing tomorrow. Oh, only thing this hour happiness. Only thing this hour happiness. You know, kind of like that. That's very funny, very kind of in other words, very foolish person, a very unintelligent, very foolish person. You know, only this hour happiness. Like another example, only this hour, only concerned this hour, only concerned to this life. This is nothing else, nothing more. No understanding, no analyzing, no checking, nothing after that. After that, and the including death of this life, you never check up. Because nobody explains generally in the world, Prabhupada the cell explanation in Buddhism, especially in Tantra. Buddhist Tantra, complete explanation is there, about that, about the gross mind, subtle mind, extremely subtle mind, gross body, subtle body, extremely, wow, that's so much, you know, especially in Buddhist Tantra taught by Buddha. Unbelievable, to develop, to progress, to achieve this state of omniscient mind and to liberate numberless sentient beings from oceans of samsara suffering and bring to state of omniscient mind, peace, happiness. So by developing this especially develop the subtle mind. But it's especially by the actualizing clear transcendental wisdom. If you are without initiation, strict way cannot mention this. But what to do? The transcendental wisdom of the great this non-dual emptiness, the clear light. Oh, that is like atomic bomb to quickly seize the dualist view and dualist mind, the obscurations. So the people in the world don't. That's a very important, so important phenomena to discover, to know about your death. What means death? You know, even universities, even college, even nobody is taking this as an important subject. It's so important what it is, to learn about it, to help yourself, to help others. So learning Buddhism is that. Learn about your one subject, learn about your death, help others. So special Tantra. By taking great initiation, then you can hear those teachings, you can practice, you can meditate, you can help others. You know? So it's really unbelievable. So, anyway, so in the world, people don't think, and nobody explains, and they don't want to listen. They're afraid of death. They don't want to listen, and they know there's nothing to do. The general people believe, you know, there's nothing you can do with death. This is what common people in the world think. So they're afraid of talking about that. They don't talk about that, they don't think about that. They try to ignore, they try to hide the problem, they try to hide. So like that, there's common people in the world. Who does know Dharma, who does not space Tantra, who does know Dharma, especially Dharma, minor teaching, especially the minor tongue to see. So it's really sad life. You have to die. You have to go through. You have to go. Everybody have to go through that. James Bing. So everybody who is not who doesn't have control over death and birth, who doesn't have control over the samsara, who don't have control over the death and cycle of death and birth, who doesn't want to free from the cause of suffering, delusion and karma, who is the end of the control of that, who suffers, who is the end of the control of the cycle of death and birth, who is not over the cycle of death, who is the end of the cycle of death and birth. So, so the people in the world, common people in the world, that's very dangerous. They hide the death, and they don't talk. They're scared of talking that. They don't hear. They don't talk. They don't learn. It's very strange. So, ordinary people that don't know, that there is a teaching about that. They tell complete what to do. You can stop death. There's teaching actual part how to stop death. The entire under the generation stage. Generation stage, you use ordinary death, ordinary intermittent, ordinary birth, used to achieve the result time, three kayas, Dharma kaya, Samadhi kaya, Nibbana kaya, like that. You understand? So in Hashtanga, you can use those to actualize three times, to achieve enlightenment, to actualize Dharma kaya, Samadhi kaya, Nibbana kaya. You use that to actualize part time Trikaya, part time Dharmakaya, Samadhikaya, Nibbana, result time Dharmakaya, Samadhikaya, Nibbana. So I made generation state, death and generation state. Then completion state, you actually actualize part time Trikayas. Then you achieve your result time Trikayas. So, amazing practice. Wow. So the scientists and psychologists and other people in the world do not know. So they're afraid to talk about death. They're afraid to talk about their own death, other people's death. They don't learn. They're afraid to learn. Whatever. It's very strange. Very strange. Very strange. The most important thing in life to know about it. Then you can have a habitat, and even though you experience death, but you can have habitat. Then also by excellent path, you can be free from death. So all that, that's all. So much what you can do to help yourself to have a numberless sentence. Since I'm talking here, so in India, I might have mentioned this here before, but in India, in Delhi, long time ago, we arrived at the two cemeteries in Delhi that time. Now I don't know. About one cemetery, I was waiting for 2 hours or something. My guru, Lama Ishe and Nigri Buch, who started Wisdom publication, he and Indian lady called Sunita. So first we have a center in Delhi, Dishita Mayana Meditation Center. Still we have. First time only started near cemetery. So I didn't go in the house. They went. So I waited at the cemetery. So what happened was, of course, there are many bodies burned, rich people, poor people. So when the rich people come, many motorbikes or many taxis, and then wood, sliced wood, easy to burn, sliced wood, so it's maybe more expensive. So to burn. And when the old people, when the old poor person died, carried by 4 or 5 people in the back, and or on the between the wood, carried like this, and then wood is very big, old wood, big wood, not size wood, but big, old few wood, and they pile out and they burn, and takes a long time, and so that one rich person died, a family, a wife, So the people were prostrating in the front of the lady. Lady died. So maybe the family members, a brother, another family member. So they paying homage sort of in front of that lady who died. So there are many people around that lady. So the father was walking around and asking me, "What are you doing?" He was asking me what I was doing. He was asking me what I was doing research. What I was doing some research. He was asking me, and I don't remember what I said. And so very confused. Doesn't know what to do. I don't know, it might be his wife. I think died. The rich people doesn't know what to do. They never learned about that. Never doesn't know anything about that at all. So suddenly the death happened in the family, and doesn't know what to do. He was walking around, and I discovered that it was the best time to talk about death. What to explain the Lamrin in the Sutra, even Sutra teaching. It's the best time because the person can see death happen to the family. You can see with the eyes, and completely confused. What happened after this? There's no idea. So he was walking completely confused. So I discovered that's the right time to speak about that. But of course I didn't get to speak to him. But I noticed that it's the right time. Otherwise they wouldn't pay attention other times. Mind is totally distracted by this life. Sense pleasures. Sense pleasures. About this life, about totally distracted by the pleasure of this life. What if they're doing business or pleasure, this life, nothing else. And no space, no time. 12 hours, what to do? Nothing. So, so he thought I was studying, or I was making research. And I somehow I didn't get so much. And it's like that. So you see, what I thought, so this person, his wife, I think, died, but now look at the life. All that life, party, business, all this pleasure, whatever they did, about this life, whatever they did, business, education, university, college, no connection with the death. When the death happens, you see, that happens. No, I saw that no connection to the death. No connection means no benefit at the death time. All the parties, all the pleasure, all this, no connection at death. No benefit at death time. Nothing. So what helps that time is only if you met Dharma, if you practice Dharma, only that, nothing else. All that thing what they did in the life, no connection to that, no benefit, no meaning. It didn't give any meaning for the life. It didn't benefit when the person dies. You can see, no connection. As I mentioned before, yesterday or day before, in the life, 60, 70 years, 100 years, how long you live. But you practice patience one day. Control the anger. Practice patience. Only one time you control the anger, you practice patience. Or that Dharma practice helps the death. When you die, it helps. When after death, you can enjoy the result of that practice. Result of that practicing patience, or result of that you can enjoy after your life, after your death, in the future lives. Not just one future life, in the future lives, you can enjoy the happiness, as I mentioned. So, like that. Even only one time, practice Dharma, practice patience, control the anger. So that's and then generate compassion to others. These things help others. Generate compassion to somebody. That helps. That Dharma practice helps. There's a connection to your death. Whenever the death happens, there's a connection. It benefits that time. It makes it lighter. Even though you have to die, but it makes it lighter. Less suffering. More freedom, less suffering, more happy at the time. And then after death, you can enjoy the happiness of that practice, compassion to somebody, life to life. 500 lifetimes, 1,000 lifetimes, even one time practice compassion to somebody, to the insect, to the worm, to the human being. You can enjoy the life, the happiness, result of that for hundreds of lifetimes, thousands of lifetimes, only like that. So it also the causes to achieve enlightenment for sentient beings. Not only nirvana, not only you achieve free from oceans of samsara suffering, not only that. So like that, I'm talking about the nature of life. How I saw, and what I felt that time. But I want to bring this. So, for example, even you have highest scientific knowledge, you got highest degree from university, but when you die, what's the connection to that? What's the connection to that? What's the help of that? What's the help you get when you die? No connection. So like this, a person who died, a wife who has died, but whole life all this studied and all the entertainment, all everything was no meaning. When you die, there's no connection, there's no benefit. And it's all and become empty life. So like that. Very sad, terribly sad. Life became meaningless. But of course, but I should tell this. But of course, now you are studying the highest science or studying in the monastery the extensive philosophy, the Madhyamika, the Prajnaparamita, Panavadika, logician, how to proving how Buddha is pure, why? Because Buddha's teaching is pure, you can rely on trust, so you can rely on Buddha, proving reincarnation, karma, all that, and then the Abhidhamma Gosha, Vinaya, all that. So, however, that or they're studying in college, university, whatever, now doing work, doing job for living, if this is done, or the Buddhists study Buddhism, or the university, college, studying various subjects, science, or they're doing various jobs for living. However, if it's done with the Dharma motivation, so I will be reading the. I've been waiting to read, so must read tonight. So the Dharma motivation, holy Dharma, not holy Dharma, holy Dharma motivation with Dharma. All these things done with the mind, with the motivation, with the holy Dharma, pure motivation, virtuous motivation, healthy mind, healthy motivation, healthy mind, virtuous motivation, positive motivation, Dharma, holy Dharma motivation, motivation with the holy Dharma. The very first one, then I see, unstand with the attachment to this life. Unstand by the attachment to this life, the motivation. So thinking for the happiness of future lives, not just one life, lives. I mean, it can go until you are free from samsara, free from cause of samsara, delusion, karma, into that. So otherwise, have to reincarnate endlessly. So into that time. So it can be million, I mean, I don't know how individually, if each person can't say. So until you actualize Four Noble Truth, they are, by realizing true suffering, true cause of suffering, then you realize true path and true cessation of suffering. So in Buddhism, the Four Noble Truth, foundation Buddhism, Four Noble Truth in subject, the main subject, Hinana, that's a so important subject. So important subject. So until that happens, then you have to reincarnate. So I'm saying, I forgot. I forgot. So there, Dharma. So thinking happiness, which life. Unstand by the renunciation to this life, unstand by attachment to this life, then seek looking happiness for the looking happiness of future lives. Guru Bada Sopada. Then second one, motivation for all this job and study. What is Buddhism? What is all the various subjects, university, college? Then understand by the attachment to samsara, even visualize samsara, renunciation to the samsara, seeing the whole entire samsara is the only nature of suffering, and then you want to achieve liberation from that, ultimate happiness forever. Oh, that. So. So with that motivation, then with the first motivation, because that motivation Dharma, so the study various subjects, university, college, doing various jobs, studying Buddhism, the whole thing become Dharma. Dharma, the cause of happiness of future lives. Because then it becomes sort of happiness, by the way. But the main aim is to achieve the happiness of which life. And then the second one, second motivation, Dharma, living the life of the second motivation, Dharma. Studying in the university, science, various subjects, and doing various jobs, and studying Buddhism, whatever. The whole thing done with the second motivation of the graduate part of lower, middle capable bring the seeing the whole samsara nature of suffering, and you want free from that and achieve ultimate happiness, liberation from samsara. So all those studies, science, and all the subjects, school, college, university, and then doing all kinds of job and studying Buddhism and so forth, the philosophy, all those become Dharma. Dharma, the Dharma, cause of liberation. All those studies, cause of liberation, could achieve liberation. If all those done by the motivation, renunciation, samsara, all like that. Now all those subjects are doing job, and all those done with the motivation, bodhicitta. Of course, one is realization, no question. Even one doesn't realization, but if one is motivation, bodhicitta, and done with all those also done with the bodhicitta motivation, then all those very different subjects, science, Sabada, whatever you study, university, college, school, whatever job you are doing, you studying Buddhism, philosophy, whatever, all those becomes the cause of enlightenment. All those become cause of enlightenment. Even the subject is not Buddhism. Subjects are science, all kinds of things, but your motivation studying the bodhicitta to benefit of a sentient being. Then all those subjects, doing all those jobs become cause of enlightenment. All the doing business, doing job, whatever is or everything becomes cause of enlightenment. Done with the motivation bodhicitta. So benefit, numberless helping hunger gods, animal, human beings, asura beings, free from oceans of samsara suffering. It helps. And for them to achieve enlightenment, it helps. Then for that method, due to achieve enlightenment, it helps. All like that. So, that is a living life in Dharma, living life with Dharma. So you can do this, but to do that, you must hear Dharma. You must know Dharma. You have to learn Dharma. You must know Lamrim. To be able to live life in Dharma. So, like that. So, so I feel it's a huge missing in the world. Nobody brings up strange. Nobody brings up the issue about learning death. It's very strange. Very strange. And nobody knows Buddhism as a whole entire explanation of death, and as well as the birth. So beginning and end. So if you don't know rebirth, and if you don't know rebirth, if you don't know rebirth, then you don't know life. Then you are completely ignorant. So like that. So in Dharma, I think I may have mentioned already before or not. So one way, best practitioner, best practitioner of Dharma, the way of dying, is so mind is so happy. Mind is the mind is, for example, you haven't met the parents for so many years, and you're going back to home like that, or you're going for a picnic, or you're going for something where you like so much. So you can go to Pure Land Buddha, or Baja, you can Pure Land or Hiruga. So you are fully ready to go to Pure Land, and it's so unbelievable happy to die. unbelievable, like that, so happy to die. That's a sign of the best Dharma practitioners. Way of dying. Second way of dying Dharma practitioner is no worry, no fear at all, and you know that you're going to be reborn Dharma human realms. Perfect human rebirth. You're going to get perfect human rebirth, which has edge quality, 10 richness, edge quality, 10 richness, perfect human rebirth that can practice Hinayana, Paramedayana, Mayan Sudra, Mayan Tantra. So, yes, which has all this opportunity. So you have no fear, worry, mind is completely happy. Oh, that is the middle way. Dharma practitioners who are dying. Then the last one, Dharma practitioners who are dying, no worry, fear to be reborn the Lord in at all. No worry, fear at all. And also, Kyabje Rinpoche mentioned on my guru in the Bajapani, the American center, that I don't need to be afraid of death to be reborn Lord realms because I have refuge. That's Lua Meba. I'm betraying. Lua Meba. So the Buddha Dharma Sangha, I have object of refuge, I can take refuge. So I don't need to worry at all to be reborn Lord in. So you have refuge, Buddha Dharma Sangha, to trust, to rely on. So that by thinking that, then no worry, no fear at all to be born Lord realms. That is the law Dharma practitioner, the way of dying. So I mean, there's a different definition by different lamas about best practitioner Dharma, middle practitioner Dharma, lower practitioner Dharma, but this is about death. So therefore, when we die, make sure, remember this, make sure whenever the death happens, I don't have to be afraid, I have Buddha Dharma Sangha. At least you can think that. You have Buddha Dharma Sangha. You have Buddha Dharma Sangha, who doesn't, Lua Meba, Lua Meba. The object of refuge never cheat you, never mislead you. As you rely upon, correctly guide you. Who has a power? Who has a power to save you? To save you from the samsara. From samsara, the particular Lord realm, sufferings, or who has a perfect power to save you. So the authors explain the teachings. How? So Buddha explained what is Buddha, what is Dharma, what is that, all their power, all of the everything. Details. Lambrim is very small, but in the philosophical teaching, Abhisamana, Karika, then the Madhyamika teaching, those details explained. So Panagavadika, logician, proving how you can trust Buddha. And reason Buddha's teaching you can trust. So the many logics. So that. So that's good. I'm telling that for us ordinary beings, at least that to remember. Rather, oh, I'm telling her, oh, what should I do? Oh, they're afraid of lower realms. Lower realm, even the people in the West, even they don't believe intellectually, but in the heart telling you, oh, after this, there's something terrible, something awful, something terrible is going to happen. You feel naturally here. Even though brain, I don't know, but from here, probably intellectually doesn't accept, but here, mentally here, naturally feeling something awful, something terrible is going to happen. Oh, that. And people who have good heart, sincere life, good heart, when they die, they have no feeling of, feeling of worry, suffering. Very comfortable mind, happy mind. But people who didn't live good heart, sincere mind, even though they don't Dharma, they don't practice, but they don't believe reincarnation, but they who live sincere life, who live good life, good heart, oh, they have a comfortable mind. Oh, they have not that much. As that much good heart, there's that much less fear. So a very happy mind. So like that, even not we never heard Dharma, never meditated, never learned Dharma, like that. There are many people like that. Depending on how their life lived, good heart, sincere life. So I met also people like that. So anyway, so what I'm saying is, make sure rather attachment missing, separating from family, separating from your possessions, separating from your body that cherish the most among the sentient beings, among the Buddhas, so separating from these, then so much worry, they're separating from the attachment, possessions, so many things, separating from children, separating from the wife, separating from the husband, separating from the parents or their friends, whatever, then so much worry, fear, or then unable to remember the object of refuge, even though listen Dharma, but when you die, you don't remember if your object refuge, but Dharma Sangha, object refuge. So make sure to remember Buddha that rather than your life is mind is completely overwhelmed by attachment, by worry, fear, rather than say refuge with Dharma Sangha. Remember that. Make sure that then love Dharma Sangha, then you have no worry, you have no worry, other suffering. So like that. Okay, please.
Page 207, good offering prayers. Offer the coffee and the biscuit together. Om Om I make this offering. May we and those around us in all future lives never be separated from the three jewels, continuously make offerings to the three jewels, and receive the inspiration of the three jewels. To the Supreme Teacher, the precious Buddha, to the Supreme Refuge, the precious Dharma, to the Supreme Guides, the precious Sangha, to the Triple Gem, the objects of refuge, I make offering. Okay, so we will take a short break of 10 minutes. Please come back before it.
So I left the first word. Look at the causative phenomena like the star, the defective view, then borderland, so forth. So the star, so daytime, due to sunlight, the star but can't see. Can't see. So there's emptiness. For us, as I mentioned already, eye, action, object, phenomena, the hell, enlightenment, samsara, nirvana, happiness, problem, dead to life, everything, what there are, how they exist, what they are, what is merely labeled by the mind. So the truth is what is merely labeled by the mind. What is the I? What is the we? What is they? What is the you? So everything, whole phenomenon is what is merely labeled, exists mere name, merely labeled by the mind. So that's the truth, that's the reality. But what appears to us is totally wrong hallucination, illusion, hallucination, totally wrong, wrong view. The eye, action, object, all the phenomena which I explained before, totally wrong, a real one from its own side, never happened, never existed from beginning, never happened that way, even for 1 second. Totally empty. It never happened, it will never happen, because all things, everything is dependent on arising. Merely labeled by the body and mind on the base, that which is also merely labeled by the mind on the base. So like goes on like that. So it's extremely subtle what they are. Like that. So for us, it's like emptiness, there's emptiness, but life doesn't exist. The things that exist may name, but for our mind, it's like doesn't exist. For our mind, the hallucination is the truth. What doesn't exist is the truth for our mind. What is the reality? What exists for our mind is like doesn't exist. So there's a star in that time, but it's due to covered by sunlight, can't see. So the emptiness, there's the emptiness. So it's like the star that time. Yeah, there was Commander Mamet Jumasu Chuda, Melam. There, look at how the was like dream. Then I already talked like dream. So you can see now, you can see it just makes more sense like dream. You see? Like Latin, like dream is shows, what appears, the way the things appear, action, object, everything, the way it appears to our hallucinatory mind, way we believe do not exist at all. Like lightning, so impermanence time. So the cause of the phenomena, even this world, this began before it was empty, no, it was space, and then this world began, and then this world began, and there's certain time, then ends, it will end, holding ends. So then becomes space where there is this world. So like that. So the so there are many people, many things in our life, what we have seen, what we had. Many people, even our parents, many people we know now left. No, we don't see. They're all dead. Like that. Many people we know, many things we had, we saw, now doesn't exist. So anyway, so when we die, at that time I had human body, I had house, wealth in the, human body. That was received human body, now it's gone. Received human body, now it's gone. So like lightning, life is like lightning. So when you die, this is what happens. I heard many times, people before people die, that might be slowly dying. So they have vision of whole life, about all this life, bad, good, whatever. Like a movie, flash, they goes around, goes to the, appears to mind. I heard those who are dying slowly. So anyway, so when you die, you receive human body, now it's gone. So like lightning, so like that happens. So it's a very short time. The situation what we have now here doesn't last. So anytime it can go, it can be stopped. Anytime. This vision of human life, vision what we have now, having possession, having car, having possession, human life, human body, this can be stopped anytime. The vision can be stopped anytime. Kamara remember the Yamasi which Milam, Lota, light and Milorota, Jinda. So like clouds, while you're looking at the clouds, they're changing the shapes, continuously change the shapes. Or you look at the cloud, there's cloud, then keep down, and then look at up after some minutes, it's gone. So like that causes a phenomena, including your life, possession, everything like that. So not changing by cause and conditions, and can be stopped anytime. Yeah. So we're going to meditate on this. Sorry, too time. So I'm going to recite slowly, and I will meditate. Asonamdiya Tamsi Sipayi Gomandone Jinji Dadanda Gadanata Jivella Prive Save Zolhindu So the English, the dedication in English.
Through this marriage, may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing, subdue the flow of thoughts, and deliver from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and sorrow.
So before I went over the prayer, not just prayer, but it's a meditation. So I want my request before I do initiation. This Lambrin motivation, everyday life. When you open the eye, your mind transforms into Dharma, as I explained before. Starting in the university, science, whatever, any kind of job you're doing, or even studying Buddhist philosophy, everything become Dharma. The motivation to, on this special Bodhicitta, on the and then how to deal with the sentient beings, how to use your life for sentient beings, everyday life, for that. So I want to request if you can practice this, in the early morning, when you open the eye, if you are all the left, in Pure Land, middle of night, or if you are already left the next life, or the but others, if you are opportunity to open the eye in the early morning to generate Lambrin motor. So everything becomes to one cause of happiness. Jobs, whatever you do, study, whatever you do, everything becomes to become Dharma. Dharma to become path to become the cause of enlightenment. So yeah. So I stopped the brief meditation on refugee Bodhicitta. So I explained cause refugee, result refugee. Explained already, so I don't repeat again. Sangye Chodan, Sangye Chonamla, the cause revolution. Now, Tanjabata, Tanja Padu, endless enlightenment achieved, all that is the result of it. Actually, Dharma, you become Sangha, then through that, you become Buddha. Then to perfect work toward the sentient beings, free them from oceans of samsara suffering, and bring them and peerless happiness, that omniscient mind. Sangye. And that. So now like this. Very beginning. So the first thing, your own suffering. Oneself have been experiencing a general suffering of samsara, particular lordings, from the beginningless birth, from the numberless times, from the beginningless birth. So we talked about, I didn't talk much the reincarnation, but so that's enough. Reincarnation, thought continuation of delusion. So as I mentioned, this second delusion came from the previous second delusion. This our delusion came from previous our delusion. Today's delusion came from yesterday's delusion. This year delusion came from last year delusion. This life delusion came from the past life delusion. So continuation like this. So not born. This life delusion not born. When you're born, not that's not beginning. It's a continuation from the past life. Life before conceived of mother's womb. Delusion, I said before that. Continuation of this delusion. I saw that life delusion came from previous life delusion. So continuation of life, continuation of delusion has no beginning. So our suffering of samsara has no beginning. So feel that. First feel that. If you bring the mind from distraction from outside, inside, you bring the mind attention inside and really think, wow, this suffered from beginningless birth. If you really think this something that's if you really think, and then on top of that, endlessly suffering again. The oceans of suffering of each realm, hell realm, hungry gods, animal realm, human beings, sura, asura, wow, endlessly. If you think that, again, endlessly suffering. So most human beings, they don't know that. They don't know reincarnation, karma. They have no idea. Maybe some doesn't want to understand. Afraid. So very little human being who understand reincarnation karma, who believe in that, who understand reincarnation karma, very little human being. So anyway, I saw endless suffering. the experience the oceans of each realm and suffering. Can you imagine? Wow, 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 wow. If you think that, you would stop everything, you would stop what you are doing now. Or they would stop, people would stop what they're doing normally. And so only practice Dharma. No time to do anything. No time to do any non-virtue, meaningless action, non-virtue, only Dharma. Only practice with the renunciation or the bodhicitta, with the emptiness, the tongue trip, on top of that, tongue trip practice. Quick path to enlightenment. So, it's like reality like that. You dare not to do anything meaningless. You dare not to do anything meaningless. There is no Dharma. So you want to purely you want to live in Dharma, nothing else. You dare not to do. So like that. So you can't fall asleep. You can't eat food. Even you eat, you vomit like cracks. If your heart get cracks, and it's really unbelievable. So what? So therefore, what stops endless suffering? What is that depends on. That depends on actualizing the true suffering, true cause suffering. True path, actualize true path, then you achieve true cessation of suffering, nirvana, free from samsara forever. All like that. So the Dharma, so the actualizing path, then actualizing renunciation, bodhicitta, the emptiness. So the most important thing in the life become most important thing in life. So like that. So now here. So think oneself have been experiencing general suffering, samsara, spiritual lordom from beginningless birth. Think that a little bit. It's most frightening. Then the useful understanding fear, understanding fear, or the useful fear that experiencing suffering of samsara, and faith that Buddha Dharma Sangha has ability, quality. Buddha Dharma Sangha has quality to free yourself from samsara. Fear, useful fear, and faith that Buddha Dharma Sangha has quality to free you from the samsara, from the oceans of samsara suffering. Those two are cause of refuge. True cause of refuge. Your mind is qualified. Then now with this true cause of refuge, then totally rely upon Buddha Dharma Sangha. That mental factor is a refuge. It's a Hinana refuge. Now the mind refuge is On top of that, three cause. On the basis of the true cause, then third cause, compassion to other sentient beings. So just like myself, numberless helpers, numberless hungry gods, numberless animals, numberless human beings, sura, asura, intermediate beings. Before I was thinking myself, now others, numberless helpers, numberless hungry gods, numberless animals, numberless human beings, numberless sura, asura. Wow, 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 wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Amazing, amazing. Suffering samsara. Now, before you, only you, now they're lost. Now that was nothing, lost. Now the numberless being Israel suffering samsara. Have been suffering from beginningless rebirth. The oceans of its realm suffering. They've gone through these numberless times. Wow, wow, wow. Now, your self-suffering is gone. That's disappeared. There's nothing. Now the others, numberless. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Can't imagine, can't imagine, can't imagine, can't imagine. Is that? So, therefore, more you know your suffering, samsara, more you know, then you know, you see others suffering samsara, you see more deeper how others are suffering samsara. So then you can develop compassion to others. Then you can develop compassion to others. Compassion. Then you can develop bodhicitta. So like that. As it goes. Now we are talking here refuge. So the useful fear that through the suffering samsara, you are experiencing suffering samsara, and the compassion to the sentient beings suffering. Then the Buddha Dharma Sangha's quality to liberate not only you, the sentient beings. Oh, that is the three cause. Your mind is qualified three cause, and then total reliable Buddha Dharma Sangha, that is the Mahayana refuge. Mahayana refuge. Then there's also Tantra refuge. So numberless helpings, hungry gods, animals, human beings, sura, asura, intermediate beings, order to be free from oceans of samsara suffering right now. Then you see, you rely on Buddha Dharma Sangha. The numberless Buddhas, you are reliable now, you are asking to help, you are reliable on them. They know, they see numberless Buddhas, they see Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, Tara, Messiah Buddha, Manjushri, all the numberless Buddhas, numberless Buddhas, they know what you are thinking. They are taking refuge with them, they know that. So, rely on them with the Dharma Sangha to free numberless helpings, numberless human beings, so forth, and all from oceans of samsara suffering. As good as possible. So, for example, Your mother fell down in the fire, in the hole of the fire. So how is that? Your, somebody most, mother or somebody who is most kind to you in your life fell in the fire right now. How is that feeling to your mind? So something that makes you to go down and to hell, to go down to immediately go down to hell, something like that. So like that, you see. So exactly like that. So the numberless sentient beings, that means your brother, sister, your father, mother, all the numberless times from beginningless rebirth. So exactly like that. So other refuge, minor refuge. So that means you are taking refuge. Numberless helpless, numberless animals, insects, mosquitoes, ants. It covers every animal. Numberless animal in the insects in the ocean, numberless fish. It covers everywhere, everything. Covers every worms, insects in the ground, on the ground, in the grass, on the trees. When you walk in the grass, so many tiny flies jump away. Oh, includes everything. Every human being, numberless universe, every human being. It includes everyone. Only take religion, only take mind religion. All like that. So taking religion for Dharma Sangha to feed them, to feed everyone from the oceans of samsara. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. It's amazing, 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 amazing. Then due to all the past, present, future merits, due to all the past, present, future merits collected by me, future merits collected by numberless sentient, numberless Buddhas, or put all together. So if, for example, $1 million project, you collect $1 from each person, from 1 million people, it's more, but putting all together becomes $1 million per $1 million. So you can complete $1 million project in that way. So here you count your three marriages, numberless sentiment, numberless Buddha order. Then dedicate. Dāgī jīnsō jībē sōnam jī, due to the marriage collection, dāgī jīnsō jībē sōnam jī. There's due to the merit of marriage wisdom, marriage virtue. So due to the merit of the having done charity and so forth, those are the conditions. So however, all the merits put together, as I said. Then dollar pages, Sanjay Dua show may achieve the enlargement in order to benefit for the transmigrated band. Due to all those merits, collected by me, 3 times collected by me, 3 times collected by numberless sentiment, numberless Buddhas, may it be enlargement in order to benefit for all the transmigrated beings. So transmigrator, dollar, means transmigrator. Even just by thinking dollar, meaning of dollar, there's no choice. Compassion has to rise. Because dollar means transmigrating under the control of karma and delusion. They themselves have no freedom at all. For example, one time I was going to Dharmsala, one time I was going to Tushita, Dharmsala, our religious center, walking by. So I saw a monkey in the road. So I thought, dollar, penche, sanje druasho, dollar. So transmigrating. So under the control of karma and delusion, they completely under the control of karma and delusion. So no choice, no freedom at all. So they reincarnated monkey. They reincarnated monkey. Karma is already happened. So didn't meet Dharma, didn't purify the karma to be born as a monkey. See, didn't get done. Didn't meet Dharma. So karma is already. So already become monkey. So then until the karma finishes, you have to suffer, you have to live the life as a monkey. All like that. So tiny insects, mosquito, so you're born as mosquito, so you have to behave. How the mosquito lives life, you have to do that. No choice. If you're born tiger, no choice. You live the life, it's being so quiet in the grass, then the animals nearby, then deers and zebras, all those beautiful animals. Then nearby, then you jump to eat them alive. So once you're born tiger, you have to do that. Once you're born tiger, you have to live the life tiger. You do that. Yeah. So you have no freedom at all from delusion karma. So completely under the control. So the very, very, very unbelievable suffering, creating negative karma. Unbelievable negative karma, eating alive while they are alive, eating. Can you imagine the pain and wow. If somebody eats you alive, how do you think that? So, and that's not just one time. Not just one time. Numberless. So amazing. So like that. So there would be. You see, most gurus we see, they have been human beings numberless times. They have been human beings. They have been billionaire, numberless times. They have been beggar numberless times. Even most gurus, those ants who are working, the outside the ants, they have been human beings numberless times. Billionaire, rich people, or numberless times. So that. Anyway, what was I saying? So, a dollar is being under the control of karma delusion. They continuously reincarnate from beginning as birth, continuously reincarnate in the 6 realms, and born and one of the 6 realms, born and suffer and die. And that's like that, continuously one after another, from beginning as birth. Dollar, that's the meaning of dollar. $1 million. So dollar is a very dollar. When you hear dollar under the control of karma delusion, they're migrating in the 6 realms. When they suffer, die again, born there. Then no dollar. The meaning, just a minute when you think the meaning of dollar, compassion has to rise. It's like that. Transmigration. Dollar. So, pensions to benefit for the transmigration, first benefit is you liberate them from oceans of samsara. Oceans of helplessness, hungry gods, animals suffering, human beings suffering, sura, asura, all that one, first benefit. Now, second benefit, or you bring them to a peerless happiness, sangye, elimination of all the mistakes, all the obscurations, and complete realization, sangye. To bring them, you bring them up. That's the second benefit. Dollar pension has 2 benefits. Dollar pension. And for that reason, for that method, then may I achieve enlightenment. Dollar pension. Sanje Dhruva Sho. All that. Think that. So, that's what we should meditate. Then, as his Holiness often says, then while you are meditating on that, then everything is merely labeled by the mind, dependent arising. So when you meditate dependent arising, subtle one, then everything is empty, do not exist from its own side. So at the same time become meditation emptiness. Then it becomes remedy to eliminate the root of samsara and remedy to samsara, so you can free from samsara. So we recite 3 times this, then after prayer.
Page 98.
I chant slowly. Okay, and then meditate. Sanje ta de ya namah sanje da ne ya jawa Nama So, 2. Ah, San Je Ya Dai So De Jaya Nama Chan Joy Moya Do Da Ne Ja Da Ge Zo Je Be Zo Nama Do La Je Ya Je Do So it is mentioned in the lemma of the path to enlightenment by Lama Disha. Gange Cheme Tanye Ji Sangje Shingnam Mikangi Rijen Dunje Gangche de Jiden Gona Puave Hange Dharma Jaje de Changju Dune Semjen Cheba Dine Chebra Pa Tara Tani Machiso Gange Cheme Tanye Ji Sangje Shingnam Mikangi Rijen Dunje Gangche. So the centigrams of the river Ganga. Here the benefits of Bodhicitta, it doesn't mean Indian river Ganga, it means Pacific Ocean. It is explained by the root guru to Pamaka Dachiningbo, only was received commentary on the Bodhisattva. So equivalent number of the centigrams of river Ganga, the Pacific Ocean, that many Buddhas filled world, many Buddhas filled, fill up with the diamond, gold, sapphire, all the 7 different jewels, completely fill up whole world, equivalent number of the centigrams of the Pacific Ocean. Then you offer the Buddhas. And now that much merit, and how much you collect the merit, wow. Amazing. So even you offer one rice, one tiny flower, one rice to the statue, stupa, sculpture, Buddha. Amazing. So, for example, if you offer one grain of rice or a tiny flower to a statue Buddha, stupa Buddha, statue, stupa, sculpture Buddha, not only Buddha, but even statue, stupa, sculpture of Buddha, other statue or stupa, sculpture, one rice, one tiny flower. So what do you get by offering that? What do you get? Benefits. Okay, like this. So it purifies the negative karma to burn lower realms, and of course, as a good rebirth, the happiness, future lives. So you get happiness. It is explained in Sutra, piled flowers. Sutra called the piled flowers, They are explained, offering flower to the stupa. So the benefits what you get by offering 1 gram of rice to a statue or stupa or sculpture. Okay. Happiness, what you experience from beginningless rebirth. Happiness, what you experience from beginningless rebirth. Or that much to be experienced in the future. Happiness, what you experience from beginningless rebirth. That much to be experienced in the future. Or you get that much unbelievable benefit. And that is still temporary, not ultimate happiness. Okay, on the top of that, you get the ultimate happiness, liberation from samsara. Now on top of that, you get the state of omniscient mind, peerless happiness, state of omniscient mind. And then you liberate numberless sentient beings from oceans of samsara suffering. And then you bring them in the peerless happiness, state of omniscient mind. When no sentient being left, when everyone is brought to the state of omniscient mind, or that time, then the benefit offered one rise to the stupa or statue, Buddha or sculpture. Or that time, when there's no sentient being left, everyone brought to enlightenment. Or that time, brought by you to the enlightenment. That time, then the benefits of offering one rice or tiny flower to the statue or stupa or sculpture is completed. Only that time. Oh, like that. That's the benefit, what you get, even offering one rice. You know, one tiny flower, statue or stupa or Buddha. So therefore, I think statue, stupa, sculpture is not just sort of ideal or, no, not just costume or something. No, that's really so precious, fulfills all your wishes of happiness, of the enlightenment, and free the numberless sentient beings from oceans of samsara suffering and bring them to enlightenment. All that you can do from these holy objects. And fulfill your wishes, all your capacity, all that. So there's so picture or statue, Buddha or sculpture, so precious, unbelievable, all like that. So, but there's a Shantideva's explanation in love to much more than just by seeing picture or statue of Buddha or stupa or sculpture, just by seeing skies of merit, good karma, merit you collect. Unbelievable. That's why then the text time. So now I want to finish I want to read out in English finish the room. So just by without talking about offering, procession, offering flowers, light, without talking that, just by seeing, wow, unbelievable, merit, correct. So I'm not going to go that, I'm not going to do it because we're not in a time so much. So now I've finished the Lama Disha's quotation. Oh, so now can you imagine a handful of jewels, even one jewel, diamond, gold, and offering to a statue or stupa, can you imagine? Wow, merit. No, because even one rice flower like that, or one jewel is, then merit is far more. Every handful of jewels, can you imagine offering Buddhas? Wow. So now here, according to the number of the centigrams of the Pacific Ocean, that meant the Buddha's world filled up with jewels. They're offering the Buddhas. Wow, wow, numberless Buddhas. Wow, 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 wow. Can imagine. Okay. So now somebody simply put palms together and think about general Bodhicitta. May achieve enlargement for the benefit of all the sentient beings. Now, this one, this offering, general Bodhicitta, this offering much more special than which Buddha's world, equal number of the sand grains of Pacific Ocean, filled with jewels offering to Buddhas. So that is an unbelievable. But compared to Bodhicitta, this somebody put palms together, general Bodhicitta, think where it's enlightenment for sentient beings. Oh, these offerings much more special. Collect much more merit, much more special than the much offering. Tell much. So this one has a limitless benefit, limitless merit, good karma. Tell much. So you have to understand this. So the Bodhicitta, wow. You know, even just think this, simple think this, greater benefit than the other one. Chabadini, Cherapa, Talatani Machiso. So this offering is much more special than the other one. Dilatani Machis, it has no limit, merit, no limit. Oh, so then, yeah. So anyway, why? You have to understand why. Now the Shakyamuni Buddha generated compassion to all the sentient beings, including this mosquito or this person who is angry to you, whom you call enemy. Shakyamuni Buddha generated compassion to all the living, including this mosquito who sucks your blood, this man who gets angry to you, whom you call enemy. Okay, so Buddha generated Bodhicitta and collected merit for 3 countless great eons. He sacrificed his life not only to the tiger, numberless beings. He cherished his eyes, his limbs, his life to numberless beings, charity, not only tiger. So he practiced charity, morality, patience, perseverance, concentration. So for 3 countless great eons, then he complete merit, wisdom, merit, virtue, purify obscuration. They achieved Dharma Kaya, Rupa Kaya. So achieved enlightenment. So he treats everyone's quality merit is for this mosquito or for this enemy, whom you call enemy, this person who is angry to you or complain you. All the Buddha did that. All sentient beings, including them. So Buddha is enlightenment for sentient, for this mosquito, for this person whom you call enemy. Buddha achieved enlightenment for them, to benefit, to be able to do the perfect benefit, no cheating, no mistake. To this mosquito, to this person whom you call enemy, who harms you. That. So the numberless Buddhas, did the same thing. The general Bodhicitta, compassion Bodhicitta, the six parameters, achieve enlargement for this most good, for this person who is angry to you, who harms you, who cheats you, to all sentiments, including this. All numberless Buddhas, they achieved enlightenment to be able to perfect work to them. So this sentient being, now this sentient being, this insect, this person, whom you call him, now cherished most by numberless Buddhas. Cherished most numberless Buddhas. Achieve enlightenment in order to help them. So now we are harming them. It becomes a harm to the Buddhas, to numberless Buddhas. Not only Shakyamuni Buddha, numberless Buddhas. Because numberless Buddhas cherish the most and achieve enlightenment to benefit for them. To be able to benefit for them, to do perfect work of sentiment. And the numberless Bodhisattvas, this is what they cherish most, like the mother, her child, her beloved child, like that. Do the best to the child, and she cherishes the most. She choose rather child live and her die. So like that, Bodhisattvas cherish this insect, this person, most dear, most precious, most kind, the wish fulfilling. That sentiment, this insect, this person who cheat you or is angry to you or complains about that. Or numberless Bodhisattvas, they told to renounce them, cherish them most, cherish the sentient beings most, including them. Numberless Bodhisattvas. So therefore, if you harm them, it's harming to, like if you harm the child, you are harming to the mother. You harm, you say a little bad thing, it hurts the mother so much. You give liberal present, you do liberal present to the child, that makes the mother so much happy. So the sentiment, so you harm the sentiment, you harm the numberless Bodhisattvas. So you serve the sentient being, so therefore you serve the insect or the person who is, or you serve even one sentient being, you help even one sentient being, or then you makes numberless Buddhas, numberless Bodhisattvas most happy. Like that. So it becomes the best offering to the numberless Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Best offering. Helping the sentient being, serving them, free them from problems, and causing happiness to them. Even one sentient being, it becomes the best offering to numberless Bodhisattvas, numberless Buddhas. Like that. So that's why, how the mother cherishing her child most, somebody help, somebody little praise, mother makes the mother so happy. Here now all the sentient being. Now here now to all the Bodhisattvas. So therefore, Bodhicitta, generating Bodhicitta is a wide special offering. Then previous one, numberless Buddhas world, filled with jewels, making offering to all the Buddhas. The Bodhicitta is much more special than that extraordinary offering, Bodhicitta. And it has no limit, the benefit has no limit. Oh, the reason like that. This is what I think. So, anyway, so therefore, in our life, so therefore, in the world, if this becomes the main practice, cherishing sentient being, loving compassion, so helping sentient being, if this become the main practice in the world, then there's no war, then there's no killing, there's no harming others. So everybody can become friend. Oh, otherwise religion. Then that's what happened. Killing each other, fighting, killing each other. All this going on and on for centuries. What like that? Oh, then. So this, all then serving sentient being, all that. If you really want to practice Dharma, that is what it is. That is to serve even one sentient being, or the children, or the child, whether it is old man, old woman, whatever, all taking care, cherishing with the heart, cherishing that, and then taking care, free from problem and cause happiness. All that, that's or then if you do that, and then there's also a part for you to quickly achieve enlightenment. So that's the real Dharma, real Dharma practice. So people who have good heart, in the life, people who are not selfish, people who have good heart, who live the life for others, good heart, or then who are able to generate more compassion, more loving. They are the ones who can achieve enlightenment quicker. Who is the most selfish? Even though meditating in the cave, not seeing anybody, not eating food, not sleeping, or meditating in the cave, the mind is more selfish. Then no possible to. That takes longer to achieve enlightenment. The mind is more selfish. So that's so okay. So what is that?
It's okay with you.
What?
It's only 7 o'clock. It's only 7 o'clock.
I see, 9 o'clock. Okay. Well, I have to finish the prayer room, the English. I will read in English. Okay. Okay. So I will read English, and everybody can understand.
Can you explain about receiving oral transmission?
Yes.
They are not familiar. Okay, so when Rinpoche recite this prayer, so please pay attention to
yes, pay attention, yeah.
Noise, they don't get distracted.
Yeah, to achieve enlightenment for sentient beings, okay? For mother sentient beings. Oh yeah, for everybody. Okay. So I read this first. Okay. This is written by Papanga Desiningbo in Tibet. Like sun shining, it's the only one sun, but it benefits the whole entire the universe or the world, like that. Great Bodhisattva, not only that, great enlightened being, Hiruga, Papanga Desiningbo. So he wrote this for us, ordinary beings, to be able to practice Dharma. Okay? Our heart. Kind Lama, look to this pitiful one. How I behave and how I cheated myself my entire life. Please look upon this mindless one with compassion. The essential advice to give yourself hot spoon, I translate hot spoon, but means that may not be correct translation. Ningi Turma, but means very, very, very hard meditation or advice. You know what we should think in the daily life. So spoon may not be saying spoon may not be correct translation. So I'm sorry to say that. Please look upon the mindless one with compassion. The essential advice to give yourself. Hard advice. Keep it deep within your heart. Don't be distracted. Don't be distracted. Reflect upon the state of your life. From the essential drop. What's that one? Huh?
Your heart. At your heart.
At your-
The breathing is not clear.
At your heart. Essential drop. At your heart. Yeah? Since the beginningless cyclic existence, which hasn't ended up to now, though you have experienced countless cycles of rebirth, just so many variations variations on happiness and pain. You have achieved not the slightest of the benefit from them. And though at present you have attained leisure and fortune so difficult to find, always till now they have finished and been lost, have been empty and without meaning. Now if you care about yourself, the time has come to practice the essence of the future happiness, virtuous action. You appear so capable, smart and clever, but you are fool. But you are a fool. As long as you cling to the child's play of the appearance of this life, suddenly you are overwhelmed by the fearful load of death, and without hope or means to endure, there's nothing you can do. This is going to happen to you because you think, I'm not going to die for some time. I'm not going to die for some time. While you are distracted for the never-ending activities of this life, suddenly the fearful Lord of death arrives, announcing, now it is time to die. This is going to happen to you, or this is going to happen to you. In the Tibetan it's called, this is going to happen to me. Yes. So this meditation is here. Though you make arrangements saying tomorrow, that then suddenly you have to go. This is going to happen to me. And without a choice, leaving behind in this way, you are left of work, left food and drink, chocolate drink, milkshake and coffee. Tibetan tea. You have to depart. This is going to happen to me. There's no time other than today to spread your bedding and go off to sleep. Upon your last bed, you fall like an old tree. In South India, in South India. Balukabi, I don't know, maybe second time, I'm not sure. There's a family called Cherang. They're my benefactor in Tibet. We used to go every month to puja, sometimes extra puja, Tara puja, Strundra Tara puja, all night. So I was there when the mother had, I think, two husbands. One is the ex-monk for Dachilma monastery, and the one, the husband lay all the time. So first the ex-monk, I don't know whose name is Terang, he died. And so I was there when he died, Terang, this bed, his bed was here. So his body, even though he was still speaking, but the tongue became short, rolled, and was not clear. He was still speaking his last words, but his body all became like piece of tree laid down on the bed, like that, became like that already. Even though he was speaking his last words, I could not understand this. The tongue is rolled. Upon your last bed, you fall like an old tree, and others unable to turn. You are unable to turn you with their lily, soft hands. Took at your cloth and blanket. Took is it? What's that? Pull. Tug at your clothes and blanket. This is going to happen to me. Even you are completely wrapped your body in last under and outer cloth. Still you have no freedom to wear them other than just today. And when that body becomes as rigid as earth and stone, you behold for the first time your own corpse. This is going to happen to me. Though you struggle to speak your last words, you will end expression of sorrow. Pitifully your tongue dries up and you can't make yourself clear. And the intense sadness overwhelms you. This is going to happen to me. Though others put your final food, holy substances and relics, with the trickle of the water into your mouth, you are unable to swallow even a single drop, and it overflows from the corpse's mouth. This is going to happen to you. To me. Though surrounded by a circle of close relatives, heart friends, and those near to your heart, and even though they are loving and distressed at the ending of your being together, while crying and clinging, just then you have to spread forever. You have to separate forever. This is going to happen to me. Though you experience horrific hallucination like turbulence of waves, and are overcome by unbearable, excruciating pain. Pitiful though you may be, there's nothing to be done. The appearance of this life is setting like the sun. This is going to happen to me. Though with the unbearable compassion your Lama and Bajra friend plead in your ear for a critical virtuous thought to arise, and even though they do so with a loving mind, there is no hope, it's unthinkable. This is going to happen to me with an expelled rasping sound, so, at the end time of death. The moment of your breath builds faster, then breaks like the string of a violin, and then the end of your life has come to its close. This is going to happen to me. There will come a time when you cherish and sadly lost lovely body is called corpse, disgusting rotten. You know, I mean, now we have the mind living in the body, so at the moment it's okay. But at any time, when the mind leaves, the body becomes smelly, filthy. Feel the old, but the body becomes, when the consciousness left, the body becomes corpse, and just very scary. Nobody can touch. Nobody dare touch. Touch the body. It was scared. And this body, anytime can happen that. Once the breath stops, once the consciousness left, then this body, not only normally filthy, but filthy dirt, but when the consciousness left, the smelling, all the, smelly and, it's amazing. Whenever the consciousness left, the body is, nobody dare to touch. I mean, feel this, normally feel, but on top of that, more smelling, all that things. Human body. When the mind is dead, also feel the dirty. It's only washed outside. Only wash outside and put perfume and only outside, not inside. Inside not washed. Inside skeleton, blood, everything. So in the stomach, kaka, pee, all the things. So only washes outside. Once the consciousness leaves, then it's very scary. So it can become that any time. There will come a time when you cherish and settle lost lovely body. It's called corpse, disgusting and rotten. And a time when your body, which can't bear even rough beddings and batteries, is laid out on background. This is going to happen to me. There will come a time on your body which can't bear even a thorn. It's chopped to pieces. From the bone, its flesh is torn. And a time on your body which can't stand even flesh and even fleece, which can't stand even fleece and lice, is divorced by birds and dogs, children, nothing is left. It's going to happen to me. Though you go to so much trouble blowing poo-poo, in dressing your body in the finest of clothes. So this, I made a mistake here. This is go to so much trouble blowing is not correct. This is the High Lamas. This is related. One Kyabje Pabanga, his own son Rinpoche, his heart disabled, my root guru, and there was another two other lamas. And that time, Pabanga explained, he didn't make any commentary, but this one he made commentary, Pupa. So that means for them, Pur means lamas, the abbots of the lamas. So he told them, related them. So when they died, so their holy body was decorated, deities ornaments, crown and pinnacle crown, and then the things, and the deities decoration, the initiation, wangze, as the costumes of the initiation. Oh, so dressed like that, the lamas, you know. So Pabanga was telling them that we when we die is like this. So this is not correct. Purpur means the lamas, you know, the gurus, the lamas, the holy body, one day after they passed away, then dressed up, deities, the initiation, the costumes. Is dressing your body in the finest of clothes. There will come a time when that body is placed within the burning house, and your body, which can't tolerate even the fire of a glowing stick of incense, must be burned in the midst of a fiery conflagration. This is going to happen to me. Then there will come a time when entering into roaring flames, all your flesh and bones are burned and reduced to a pile of ash. On a time when your body, which can't bear even heavy clothes, is wagged tight in the hole in the ground. This is going to happen to me. There will come a time of announcing the disease, Himohasam, at the beginning and end of your sweet name. This is going to happen to you. So, won't happen to me. So, Sopa, you know, so soon after Sopa, you know, then death. The name Sopa, after then, death, passed away. So whatever names, whatever that is explained in kind of interesting way, or just dead, you know, whatever. So that's soon it's going to happen. And the time when the area is filled with the sobbing sound of your affectionate, close companions and in circle of servants. That's going to happen to me. There will come a time when your clothes, heart, possessions and livestock will be divided up with nothing left in the four directions corners. And there will come a time when in total despair alone, you reach the passage to the intermediate state. This is going to happen to me. The terror of the four fearful enemies descend upon you are going to come. This appearance of being trapped in a mountain of packed rock and rubble and buried beneath a fabulous avalanche of earth. What you do? The appearance of being set adrift on the surface of vast sea and carried away by violent, swelling waves. What to do? the experience of your heart and ears being split open by the sizzling and the cracking sounds of fiery complication. What to do? The fearful experience of being involved and swept away by the swirling dark winds of the end of the evil. What to do? When you are driven by the powerful red winds of karma and swallowed by the terrifying darkness, what to do? When you are bound with the lasso by the messenger of Yama and in total despair are led away, what to do? When you are tortured in so many detestable way by ox and scorpion, hated come your agents, what to do? When you are Yama King, the Lord of Death, as he weighs up the whites and blacks, you are virtue and non-virtue actions, what to do? When Yama exposes your lies of having spent your human life in attachment and deceit, what to do? When at Yama's court, the punishment that is the rapid effect of your negative action is met out, what to do? When your negative body is stretched out on the glowing red hot iron, grounded in the fire of hell, what to do? Though your body is cut to pieces by red weapons, still you must experience it without dying, what to do? Though you are cooked in molten iron until your flesh falls away, your bones disintegrate. Still you must experience it without dying, what to do? Though your body and fire burns inseparably, still you must experience it without dying, what to do? When your body is pierced by freezing cold wind and cracks into the 100,000 pieces, what to do? Having fallen into the miserable state of hungry gods with this hunger and thirst, you have to starve for many years, what to do? Having fallen into the miserable state of hunger gods with the hunger of thirst, you have to suffer for many years. When you have become one of those stupid, dumb, unfortunate animals, they eat each other alive, what is that? When the unreal suffering of the evil gone realms, having actually befallen you, what to do? Now, don't be distracted with the sound of hurrying. Love, love, love. Right this moment is the time to still your will. It's not only time, it's almost too late. Right now, love, apply yourself with great force. Holy precepts of the Lama, kind Father, heart of the authoritative scripture of the victorious Losang, Mr. Lama Tsongkhapa. Practice of the pure path of complete Sutra and Tantra. It's time to place real experience upon your mind stem. Who's the faster? Yama, the Lord of Death, of you in your practice of realizing the essence of your eternal dream. You are well-power of both yourself and others, as much as you can each day. Unifying the three doors of body, spirit, and mind. Put the whole of your effort into your practice. In response to a request in the past from Ngawanyenta, who single-pointedly dedicated his life to practice and received a request from the manager of the Bodhala, Bulshi Kungo, Sonam Gunga. I was persuaded to compose for myself and others their husband or heart advice. Encouragement through recollecting impermanence. I, with the incarnation name of Papunga, wrote this text at Tashi Dechen Monastery at Jula in the district of Kong. It was so I think yeah, we will stop there. So the blessed speech and those blessed mala, this can be done tomorrow. But so in the morning, so as Papanga explained, so our breathing, if the breathing went out, didn't come back, and then if we didn't practice Dharma, didn't do purification, negative karma, then breathe as often breath goes in, out, inside, out, inside. When the out didn't come back, and then there's law of rhythm. Once the breath went out, didn't come back, the law of rhythm. I'm not sure when we come back to human rhythm. Even just to be ordinary human being, even doesn't mean Dharma, but just even ordinary human being is not sure when. So, because that has to practice pure morality, then only then you can be born human being. Just human being, not to pocket but just human being. So not sure when that can happen, can be events, not sure. So so any time it can happen, the breath in, out. So once it goes out, it can come back. Then Lord realm, because it didn't meet Dharma. Even when I met Dharma, didn't get to practice Dharma, didn't get to purify negative karma. So then the negative karma causes it to be born Lord realm. So that's why Dharma practice becomes the most urgency, most important. So I do the Lamri motivation first. So in the morning, when you open your eyes, this is what you remember first. To transform your mind into Dharma, especially Bodhicitta, as I mentioned before. Direct meditation on the gradual path containing all the important meaning. Essence encompassing all the Buddhas, originator of all the holy Dharma of scripture and realization, principle of all those Aryas, intending virtue. To the glorified Holy Guru, I go for refuge. Please, Guru, bless my mind to go in Dharma, Dharma to go in the path, and to not have obstacles to the path. So the Dharma become path to become Dharma to go in the path means the path to liberation. Then do not occur obstacle, that means path to become path to enlightenment, or to free the numberless sentient beings from suffering, to bring the full enlightenment. Please bless me until enlightenment achieved. Like the youthful Nasa and the Bodhisattva always crying one, to devote to the virtuous friend with a pure thought and action. Whatever is done, see it as pure. And to be able to accomplish whatever is said and advised. That's a very, 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 very important person. Please bless me by seeing this body of freedom and achievement, which has a great meaning. It is so difficult to find again and easy to press. And action and result to perform. So difficult to bear the suffering of evil migrated. To sincerely from the heart to go for refuge to the three rare sublime ones. The Dharma. Abandon negative karma and accomplish all the practice of the virtue. Go into Dharma. This is the creative part of the lower capable. But depend on that, even though one has achieved the mere higher part of Dharma, because of being under the control of not having abandoned the disturbing thought obscuration delusion, one needs to experience suffering endlessly in the samsara. Please bless me by thinking well about the way of struggling samsara, to be able to follow the Jai Nadi conditions, the principle method of liberty from that, the three precious part of dragon. This is the gradual part of the middle capability. But it depends on that. Even though I achieved the mere liberation, because there is no sentient being of the sixth type, who has not been my father and mother, please bless me to fulfill their purpose. Please bless me by thinking like that, like this, to change the mind from the lower happiness never, and generate the precious thought of enlightenment body. Through equalizing change master others, to be able to follow the contact of the victorious Son, Bodhisattva, 6 parameters and so on. And this is the greater part of the great capable being. By even trying the mind into common path like this, I will have no upsetness in the basement the suffering of samsara for a long time. By staying unbearable, especially with compassion towards the sentient, into the great path, the teaching of the Vajrayana, and practice my samaya vows more than this life. Please bless me to be able to complete quickly the unified Vajrayana state. In one brief lifetime, only of the degenerate time. This is the great part of the Mantra Vajrayana, vehicle of the greatest capable being. Then reside. This is this one. The following ones are following ones. Then sort of added. May not arise heresy even for a second in the actions of glorious Guru. May I regard whatever actions done as pure. With the devotion, may I receive the blessing of the Guru in my heart. This is a way of prayer like this. So this is very, 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 very important prayer. If there's a mistake happen, then difficult to have realization. Then so much of negative karma obscures the mind. Then very difficult to even ordinary success. Then recite the following verse imitation of Guru enter in your heart. Many ways in the pressure of the Guru. please abide on the lotus seat in my heart. Guide me with your great kindness and grant me the realization of your holy body, spirit, mind. After this morning motivation, recite the following words on the how to live your life for simply. For from Geshe Tangpa, 8 verses of thought transformation. The first one. Determined, this I added, determined to obtain the greatest possible benefit from all sentient beings, who are more precious than wish-fulfilling jewels. I shall hold them most dear at all times. So one sentient being is more precious than wish-granted jewel. Not even one, fill the whole sky. Wish-granted jewel, you can pray and get everything needs for this life. Car, the apartment, or airplane, whatever you need, you get. Whatever you need for this life, senses you can get. But you can't purify negative karma, cause a Lord realm, and receive higher birth. You cannot do that. That comes only practicing morality, not harming this sentient being, not harming this sentient practicing morality. Then you get higher birth. Then practicing morality, concentrating wisdom, this sentient being, not harming, practicing morality, then you achieve ultimate happiness, liberation from something that you can't get from the wish-granted jewel. Then you can't generate compassion, love, kindness to the wish-granted jewel. Wish-granted jewel doesn't have suffering, doesn't have mind, doesn't have suffering. So you can't generate compassion. But this insect, this person, you can generate compassion because it is suffering. It is a mind, it is suffering. So you can generate compassion, and you can generate bodhicitta, and you can generate mind apart, you can achieve enlightenment. So this one gives you enlightenment. This insect, this person, whom you call him, gives you enlightenment by practicing bodhicitta. But with the wish-granted jewel, you can't generate compassion because it doesn't have suffering. You can't achieve enlightenment from that. So therefore, this insect, this person, much more precious than the whole sky filled with wish-granted jewels. $1 billion, $1 zillion, $1 trillion, diamonds, is nothing. So one sentient being is unbelievable precious, all like that. So now that's what you're thinking. How sentient beings so precious. Then next, yourself become wish-filling towards all the sentient beings. From Nagarjuna, may I become the wish-granted jewel, fulfilling all the wishes, and the wish-granted tree, fulfilling all the hopes of sentient beings. This is what you think. Now more dedicating life for sentient beings, immediate life. From Shantidharma's guide to the Bodhisattva's way of life, for the sake of completing the welfare of all sentient without any sense of loss. As explained it, so maybe do tomorrow. Maybe we do tomorrow. Because I have to explain a little bit. Not just only reading. What do you think? What do you think?
Yes. Thank you very much, Rinpoche, for granting us this precious so many precious teachings this evening about the importance of remembering about death and how to prepare for death. Then after that, Rinpoche explained to us the refuge and bodhicitta prayers, how to take refuge, and then also the benefits of community bodhicitta.
Tomorrow, somebody asked me refuge last time. You. So I do refuge tomorrow. They asked, so and so tomorrow then also refuge, giving refuge.
So we also feel very fortunate to receive the oral transmission of Heart Spoon, as well as the first part of the Lambering prayers for this daily meditation booklets from Rinpoche. So everybody can rejoice. So as Rinpoche just mentioned, Rinpoche will be granting refuge tomorrow for those who wish to become a Buddhist formally with Rinpoche. So for those who would like to take Rinpoche as your refuge master, so you are welcome to attend tomorrow. Maybe you can register with children, register. If you can decide right now, you can give your name to children. Otherwise, you can come tomorrow and then you register with children, so that we can have a rough idea how many people have taken refuge. And also, would you like to give refuge name? Refuge names. Refuge. So thank you very much. We offer a 20 mandala, which 100.
Three time marriage collected by 3 time marriage collected by number is Buddha. May that Bodhicitta be generated in the heart of the 6 realms sentient beings, particularly the heart of everybody in this world, and in the heart of, especially in the heart of all the students and the center benefactors and volunteers working in the center, and those who rely upon me, whom I promise to pray for, whose name is given to me in all their heart, and especially in the heart of all of us here, all the people who came in the past, who are coming now, who will come in the future, all of our family members. We should pray also all our family members who are not here. All the family members, mother or father or brother or sister or even so our family members, Bodhicitta, Triple Generated, especially us, and then Bodhicitta, Triple Generated, then in others where the Bodhicitta generated may increase. Chancho Sancho Rinpoche Moje Bonante Jose Jeva Nyamba One Gondo Beva also right view, emptiness. Tonya Tawa Rinpoche Moje Bonante Jose Jeva Nyamba Meva Yukone Gondo Beva two stages. Renya Tawa Rinpoche Moje Bonante Jose Jeva Nyamba Meva then the sole object of refuge as all the 6 realm sentient beings and the origin of all our happiness and the supreme leader leading us to enlightenment, His Holiness Dalai Lama, to have stabilized until our samsara end, and all his holy wishes to be succeed immediately. Hare Rava Goveshina, Handa Dawa Malu Java, Najara Sawa, Tantanja, Java Zedebado, Danyos, Donya Ninja Sunda Java, La Cheja, Santa Ganja, Tana Bama, Tanja, Zola, Zola, Shedda Dojo, Dono Gomba, Jere, Siwange, Seja, Jave, Sanga, Yosa, Jaja, Malaka, Sebe, Jasa, Dundunya, Chawanzu, Java, Jere, Siwange, Chana Bema, Jela, to be able to follow his own advice. Chana Bema, Jela, Jada, Ninga, Soda, Dame, Gashan, Java, Java, Lanya, Baguza, Jada, Dada, Joa, Saja, Java, Jela, Tanda, Lua, Mebe, Dama, Dada, Gala, Santa, Nanda, Mama, Negundova, Shaw. Tera Gundu Jawa Songa Tetra Shenyang Zabada Java Nabella Daniela Geje Daya Doba Banja Mejananda Tamia Jandanda Laja Jada Java Nido Jada Jagan Losan Java Dandan Jawa Chimilama Songa teaching to become enlightened as Buddha and Juna Sangha. Lama Zongaba, all of us, all the students, all of us, depending like that. Banda Lama, Jigua, Jindawa, Kodango, Zata, Singanda, Deja, Sancho, Sambo, Jindawa, Tanda, Konanda, Zujuwa, Chala de Soa David, the Kanto, never such a Nedo Oma, the Shiva, the Jota, the Shabba, by having generated Bodhicitta in everyone's heart, may nobody experience war, famine, disease, torture, economic problems. May nobody experience danger of fire, water, air, earthquakes, tsunamis. May the perfect peace, happiness be prevailed all over the world. And may everybody become fortunate to actualize realization of the graduated path to enlightenment. No, the most important prayer. Okay, that's what it. Bonde la me number tawa ke ja ya lo da mi je jin de le ma dong ya mo gu je la me je la sam la ju je bo ju o da ne da ne zam ja dam da la yi shi no wo la la ton jo zhe wei sam ma da duo jie ba zhen ba rai shuo bai dang zuo ma gue ben yi shi no wa ba san zhe sem jian de wa gong zhe bei sam ba zhi wei zhan xi zhou. Please pray that Mithya Buddha, Buddha Gushinaga, and the rest of the world, especially, and then other Pama, building Pama, some of our statues, big statues, all this to be completed immediately, and the most beneficial sentence of the teaching Buddha. And to bring Bodhicitta, to generate Bodhicitta that involves heart, and to bring perfect peace, happiness in the world. Last dedication. Did you teach our marriage to Kulataba? Did I marriage to Kulataba? Numberless sentient beings, numberless Buddhas, that which do not exist from its own side. Totally empty, while it is existing. That I who totally do not exist from its own side, totally empty. Achieve the full or the peerless happiness state of omniscient mind. Which do not exist from its own side. Lead all the sentient beings to who do not exist at all from its own side. To that state of omniscient mind which do not exist from its own side. Brahmasa alone, who do not exist at all from its own side. Jamamba Jeta Jamba Dagunda Sangwa Deyadi Dagunje Jeton Dalo Jengewa Dida Tanji Radungo Dusa Sebe Jawad Moa Gala Judan Ava Yedanga Geve Zawa Diginja Samwa Jiji Radungo and spread Lama Tungava teaching in one's own heart, in the heart of sentences. Cheche Jawa Tungava Jitan Nama Bevata Geje Tama Shivata Tunjama Lezama Shua Tata Singha Tanda Deve Zanyala Jawa Losan Chava Yitamba Yurimba Nju Good night.
Page 234, the long life period of Rinpoche, 234. 244. You who uphold the sub-hero's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjuna's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please live long.
Chuba. Terence view. Terence and his view. Huh?